Hello, welcome back. We're doing Nada stuff. Nada, learning with Nada. We're gonna learn some streaming. And let's see here. Here we go. Now we got it. I'm gonna make the screen change from what I'm. Oh, not what I wanted. Push the wrong button. There we go. Now you can see what I'm working on. Okay. So we are working with typography. The heading elements in this one, H1 and H2, are set by the default values of the user's browsers. But we're going to add two type selectors in the CSS and make the font size specific to this exact web page. Let's go have a look at it. Is there music playing? Okay. All right. I am going to use the H1 selector, which is just H1. And I'm going to hit that and tell it what to be. This is the property. And then we're going to say the value for that property is going to be 40, like the tutorial has. And so now the H1 on this should have changed. The only H1 I think is the Camper Cafe. And let's go to H2. Select that with a selector. Curly brackets. Font size. This one is going to be 30 pixels. Here they are. They changed. I'm going to try it in my document over here to see if it works on my own web page. Always testing and retesting. There we go. Let's go check it right there. Yep, it's working. All right, I'm going to pause for a second. All right, we're back. Did it work? We're gonna check the code. It worked. Next one. Whoa! Way too much code here. What's going on? In step 63, we're going to add a footer element below the main element, where you can add some additional information. All right, well, the main element way down here. Let's go to the footer. We're gonna make it. I say you exist, and now you exist. And I'm gonna say the other little closing tag on the footer element. It now exists. Is that all we need? Yep, Just the footer. Check it. Got it. Let's go back to our HTML document over here. We got the main. It ends right there. No, it begins right there. The main ends right here. Oh, we already have a footer on this one. I made it earlier. All right. Next challenge. What do we have here? We have all of that, and then down here at the bottom. Step 64. Inside the footer, add a P element, a paragraph, and then nest a link, an anchor, an A. In the paragraph element, that links to a website, and it has the text, visit our website. Okay, so this is going back to the HTML class. See if I can do it without any help. We're making a paragraph, and we're gonna, whoa, nope, wait. Is this right? Yes. Then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do a link, which is gonna be, oh, is this how this works? I forget. Oh, what's the next thing? Href. This isn't right. Is it right? Oh, I can't remember. I think it's right. All right, and then we're gonna do HTTP. We're gonna go for it. Can't be stopped by indecision. I'm just gonna go and see what happens. So that has that for the reference, but that's not all of the reference, because we're gonna say visit our website. Lowercase there, okay. Lowercase. And then we're gonna close with the anchor with that, and then we're gonna close the P. Will that work? Look at that. There it's working. Congratulations, we did it. Hooray, hurrah. We're gonna copy. Footer. Paste. All right. Step 65. Those of you playing along, we only have I think something like 92 or something steps. So we're getting there. Add a second paragraph element below it. Ah! What have I done? Oh, I clicked the scroll bar. So we're going to go to the end of the paragraph element, make a new paragraph element. What are we going to put in here? Just an address, just the text, nothing special. 123 free code camp drive. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. And copy. So on this one, it is that, which it's not formatted very well. It didn't save, it didn't translate, but let's see what happens. You did it. You're a wizard, Harry. All right. Step 66. You can use a HR element to display a divider between sections of different content. We have sections here. I'm guessing it's going to be between mocha and desserts. So we have the coffee menu group, and we have the desserts menu group. So I'm going to guess first, I'm going to go between coffee and desserts. Add an HR element between the paragraph with the class. Add an HR element between the paragraph element that has the class established. Oh, right here at top. And the first section element. Note that the HR elements are self-closing. All right, so right at the very top, right after the paragraph, let's do it. HR. Is that it? That's it. Just a line. Horizontal line. I don't know what it means. HR. Let's look it up. If in doubt, search it out. What does HR in HTML mean? Horizontal something. Horizontal rule. That's it. I've heard that before. Long time ago. All right. That's it. Note that. Let's check it. Congratulations. Step 67. Add an HR element. Oh, sorry. The default properties of an HR element will make it appear as a thin, light gray line. You can change the height of that line by specifying a value for the height property. Change the height of the HR element to be 3px. All right. This is very vague. I love it. This is making several leaps of you should know all the things so far. It pushed us into the CSS code area because we have the two. We have the HTML document and we have the CSS document. It opened us up into CSS, and then it just said, make it appear this way from all that you've done before, which we've done that much before. So HR is an element, not a class, which means we just type the letters HR and we can call it. And any HR will have whatever we decide its properties shall be. So we're going to make some properties right here, and we're going to use the height property. And we're going to call it 3px. Look at that! It worked! And if we use 30px, it's even more. Just a random box. Just a random box. All right. Am I too loud? Check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come down just the smallest amount. 1, 2. There we go. All right. And oh, I did that here. I should have been doing that down in my little they make a little line area for me here. Check the code. Congratulations. We've got it. So we didn't do the HR here. Let's do it real quick. Established. We're gonna come boom. HR, boom. Got it. Let's check it real quick. Let's check. We've got the line, which I like the thin line. I guess we're just learning about lines. Some lines can be bigger than other lines, so we're gonna put. Okay, so now our two sites are looking the same. Let's go back to 67. Let's try to go to 80, maybe. Let's see if we can get to 80 and call it quits. I gotta edit some photos today. Step 68. Change the background color of the HR. This should be very simple. We already know how to do that. The property for the horizontal rule is going to be background dash color colon, and then we're going to type in the word brown and new semicolon. There it goes. We got our brown theme for coffee grounds. Let's keep it going on our other document. Does it match? It does, sadly. All right. Submit and go to the next challenge. Step 69, notice the gray color along the edges of the line. Oh, it's very faint and tiny. It is hard to notice. They're the borders. All right. Each side of this can have a different color, or they can be the same. Maybe they could even be nothing. I don't know. Don't know that yet, but we'll learn that in a minute. Make all the edges of the horizontal rule the same color as. Ooh, how are we going to do that? Oh, border color, right there. Border. Here's the property. We're going to change color. And we're just going to call it brown. Going down to Brown Town. I don't know what that means. All right. Like downtown, you know, downtown. Digging a hole. All right. Step 70. Notice how the thickness of the line looks bigger. Question mark. I don't, but I'll take your word for it. The default value of the property name border width is 1px for all the edges. By changing this, the border to the same color as the background, the total height is now 5 because of the 3px pixels of the border height, which is this. And since this border width is default 1, 3 plus top 1, bottom 1 equals 5. Change the height of the property, the HR, to 2. For the HR, not. Okay, so we're going to make it 4 pixels tall. By doing that, it's okay. This seems arbitrary, but there we go. We did it. 71. Go ahead and add another HR between main and the footer element. Main and footer. So if we put an HR here, it's going to have all of the same styling as what we did in CSS. So all of this is the same. Nice. Nice. We're going to do it over here on our document too. Between main and footer. We have a div, but I don't really know what that div is doing. Where's that linking to? Oh. Can I move you up here? There. No. There. Nope. There. Wait. That's fine for now. All right. Getting sidetracked. Here we go. HR. Got it. Let's look at our test page. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Chris does. Let's go put that back. Right there. Okay. This div matters. Is it now at least in line? It is not. It's one format out. I feel like these should all go back one. These should all go back one. How do I go back at indentation? Shift tab? Aha! Shift tab. Shift tab is our friend. Backspace. HR is a horizontal rule. Footer. All that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Check the code. What do we got here? Create a little more room around the menu. Add 20 pixels of space on either side of the inside the body element using the padding property. So in the body, we're going to use padding. And it doesn't say top or bottom, left or right. It just says all. So I'm just going to do 20px. Colon. I'm going to copy this. Go over to the CSS. Here's the body area right here with our font family. Okay. Got a little space. Check the code. Congratulations. 73. Focusing on menu items and prices, there's a fairly large gap between each line. Yeah, I didn't like that either. Target all of the paragraph elements nested in the elements with the class named item and set their top and bottom margin to 5 pixels. So we can target all of them of the paragraph elements, which is a P, that are inside of item classes. Here's an item class, and it says all P's inside, all paragraphs inside of item class are going to display an inline block, and they're going to have a margin that is going to be 5px and 0px. Will that work? Because it does for me. Woo! It never told me that. But once again, just to and also I did it wrong. It let it pass, so I didn't put a semicolon. So you can do this formatting for the margin, the padding border for a bunch of different things. All the things that have 4 sides, you can do this formatting in 1, 2, 3 ways that I know of so far. So the first way is you just do 1 number, and it does 5 pixels for top, bottom, left, and right, which definitely does not work for us. You do 2 numbers, and it does the top and bottom are the first number, left and right are the second number. So top and bottom both are going to be 5, so that equals 10 total on the margin. And we can even verify this whenever I go in to look at it on my personal version of this, which I love doing. Does that work? Something's wrong here. Something isn't right. Let's have a look at it. Just check it out. Yeah, that's way wrong. So let's just type it in here. We're doing it from scratch. Looking good. Hit that. Margin. Can I not do the margin? What is wrong? Oh, there we go. One little keystroke error, margin. There we go. 5px, 0px. Got it. All right, and we'll show you now what is happening with these web developer tools. So if we go over to this stuff, menu. Inside the menu, we have main. Inside the main, we have cafe, section. There we go. Articles. And the P. Here we go, right here. See? We have the 5 on top and bottom. 5px. It even says it right there. That's the margin. And then we have 0 on the sides, which is what we wrote. 5 on top and bottom, 0 on the sides. Cool, cool. Let's keep going. 74. Use the same style selector in the previous step and make the font size of the items and prices larger by using a value of 18px. Let's copy that. So we're still in item P, and we're going to say font size, colon. It's going to be that. Does it work? Did it work? I didn't watch it. Check it. It says it worked. It says it was correct. We're going to copy it. Oh, look at the solution it had. My solution was a little simpler. Less typing, less lines of code. Ha ha ha. Use what they give you. That's what I say. Thank you for explanation. Step 75. Changing the margin to px looks great. However, now the space between the cinnamon roll menu item and the second HR element does not match the space between the top. Add some more space by creating a class. Okay. I got distracted by looking to try to verify what's happening here. We changed the margin bottom to 5px on the cinnamon roll. However, cinnamon roll menu item and the second HR element, these two, they do not match the space between the top HR and the coffee space. I see, yes. That's the width of the mouse there. This one's much more than the mouse. Gotcha. Add some space by creating a class, just a new class, named bottom line. This is a bit of a leap. It put me here next to the HR. Okay. I don't know where it's going yet. We're going to do bottom line. This is a class, so classes are selected by hitting period. Oh, period. All right, we have selected period now. Now we're gonna do curly bracket. Hit enter. Now we're gonna put the property, which is margin dash top colon, and that margin top will be 25px. So whatever we call bottom line, we'll then have this added to it. This will be the property that's adjusted for being called this class. Check the code. Flawless victory. Let's add this to the CSS. We added this where? Past HR. Where's HR? HR is right here. Let's clean up some of these empty spaces. Right there. Okay. Submit and go. Step 76. Now add the bottom line class to the second HR. Okay. Class equals bottom line. It did it right there. Now, I don't necessarily like that it was an exact 25px, but we can live with it because we're just learning how to all these things do. So the bottom HR is right here. We're going to replace that with that. And let's have a look at it. R. Oh wait, we do have a divider, a div. Oh, a division. That's why things are getting a little funny. Let's do that. And then, where's the division? Right there. Now it's working. You cannot see all this. Still cannot see it all. There. Aha! There's the horizontal rule. That doesn't look too bad. Alright. Check the code, submit the code. We're just scooting along here. Next, you are going to be styling the footer element to keep the CSS there. Ooh, it's a bit squished, isn't it? Nope, that's how it always is. That's fine. We're going to style the footer element, which is what we've named this. That's fine. To keep the CSS organized, add a comment at the end with the text footer. So the comment on CSS, I believe, is /**. Whoop, what am I doing? */ I believe that's what it is. Oh, that's not where they wanted it though, is it? They want it there. Got it. Let's go to CSS. Bottom line. Add a footer. Go. Is there a menu in this? There is menu. There's a lot of CSS in this. We're doing quite a bit of stuff. Lots of works. Lots of working. Alright. 78. Moving down. Oh, I have a smoothie. And it got on my face. I'm going to check Twitch real quick and see if it's functioning correctly. Live with restream, ? Is it still live? Is it going right now? Can you check it? Does it say live right now? Huh. I don't know how this works. It says live. Nada is streaming software and game development live. How do I go to it live then? Looks like it is not working. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Watch now, offline, live, live now. I clicked on it. It should be showing the stuff. Offline, it says. I'm gonna go to restream real quick. Looks like it's working. Says it's streaming. I don't know. No. Just gonna keep going. Alright, 78. At the footer element, make all the text have a value of 14 pixels for the font size. Font size. Font size. Oh, I'm getting the brain drift. Think about other things. Moving down the footer to the footer element, make all the text have a value. So we don't have a footer element so far. If we do that, I guess we might. And then with curly brackets and text, sorry, font size 14px is the value of this property. Now, do we have this? Okay, that's what I thought it was going to be. Good, good. That's why I wrote it. Here's the footer. Now, we have to put some code in here for the HTML to make the footer links the same color, regardless if it is a link that has been visited. Use a type selector for the anchor element. Okay. Type selector. I don't know what a type selector is. I know element selector is just, you write it. That's it, isn't it? Yes. So we're going to just do A. And then we're going to have color and black. It worked. It worked. All right. Nice. Intuition, I guess. I don't know. Or previous, whatever. Try to pull all this information together. This is just an element. Use a type selector. I don't know what. This is throwing me off. This word type selector. Just, this is the selector of the element. Okay, I don't know. You change properties of a link when the link has actually been visited by a pseudo selector. That looks like this. A visited. Huh. Pseudo selectors. This is new. Pay attention. This is the advanced stuff. So we have when an A in the state of visited, we can make property and value. Gotcha. So change the color of an A colon visited. So if an anchor has been visited, it will have this property. Color gray. There it goes. It did it. Check your code. We're gonna put that over here. Let's check our page real quick and see if it's working. It looks like it is working. Great. Submit. You change properties of a link when the mouse hovers over them. So by using a pseudo selector like hover, a hover. So what can we do when we hover? Let's do some hover fun. A hover. And then I guess we'll just do color brown. Will that work? Boop, boop, boop. It does. It works. How many things can we do with this? Can we do lots of hovers? Can I say hover is a thing for a whole bunch of different... It's a cascading style sheet, so I bet I could lump a whole bunch of stuff in. Alright, submit and go to the next challenge. 82, you change properties of a link when the link is actually being clicked on. When it's actually clicked? So we got the hover. So now we have an A active. And while we're clicking it, it'll be white? Interesting. I did not know this. Active. Curly brackets. Color. White. Okay. Click. It did it! That is also fun. That is great to know for games. Because we are definitely doing this to make a game of some sort. A CSS game. I'm not sure about that, but... Alright, to keep the same color theme that you've already been using, black and brown, change the color for the links. Change the color for when the link is visited to black, and use brown for when it's actually clicked. So, visited, black, and brown. Okay. Is that right? Looks like it's right. Let's come over here. Clean that all up. Got it. Alright, testing it here. Yep, it's working over on YouTube. Looks like it is not working on Twitch. Let me reload my page and see if it's working. I don't know how... It says it's going for 40 minutes on Twitch. I don't know. We'll have to iron that out. Step 84. We might could just finish this. How much is left in this? Let's have a look. That's the first one. We only have that many left to go. Let's do it real quick. Let's just run through it. Sprint to the end. The menu text, Camper Cafe, has a different space from the top. Then the address is space at the bottom of the menu. This is due to the browser having some default top margin for H1 element. Let's change the top margin to have 0 top margin. H1. Oh yeah, good, good. Looks the same. So margin top 0 px. Let's copy that. Margin top 0 px. And check it. And forget it. Alright, step 85. To remove some of the vertical space between the H1 element. This is the H1. And the text, established 2020. Change the bottom margin of the H1 to 15. So now we're going to do margin dash bottom 15 px. Check. Got it. Let's do this. And copy. Check it over here. Oh yeah, I've got my extra stuff over there. All right. Submit and go to the next challenge. Now the top spacing looks good. The space, so it does look good. My only problem with this is I don't know on the phone if it would look good. I don't know if it would look good everywhere. It looks all right. I guess vertical, you have more. You can on the vertical side of things you can do more static numbers. It seems because things need to be. They need to have space vertically. The squishiness of the left and right, it's interesting that we're okay with the squishiness. because our devices change. So anyway, all right. Top spacing looks good. The space below the address at the bottom of the menu is a little bigger than the space at the top of each one. To decrease the default margin space below the address paragraph element, create a class selector named address. All right, dot address, and then we're going to give it some values. Margin bottom is the property, and it's going to be 5px. Check it. Love it. All right, we're going to add that to the footer area. This is not very clean looking. There's so much in this CSS document. And by that, I mean for me. I'm new to CSS, so I don't know now. All right. Step 87. Apply the address class to the P element containing... Okay, that makes sense. Here's the P element. Class equals address. That's it. Copy. Check the code. I've gotten all these codes right for a long time. And that means I'm kind of getting it. I hope. Even though there were some that were a bit of a leap for me. Step 88. The menu looks good, but other than the coffee beans in the background, it's mainly just text. Under the coffee heading, add an image using the URL that. Give the image an alt value of a coffee icon. Okay. So we're going to add an image. Let's see if we can remember how to add an image. Under, is what I said? Under. Okay. img src equals... Is this right? Please let me be remembery. This is my test. This is a test. Ooh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And then alt equal quotation coffee icon close. Yeah. I did it. I did it. I did it. All right, where did that go? You need to stay relevant. Oh, but what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Oh, it doesn't fit. Something is playing. Something somewhere else is playing. I'm gonna pause for a second. All right, I'm back. I figured out what it was. It was, close that. It was my Bluetooth headphone thingy. I tapped it and it started playing from my phone. All right. We are looking at the... I was trying to get this so we could see it again. There. Okay. Very skinny menu. And does this need to be that small? Well, I like that where it sticks up. It's kind of fun. Is that the whole screen? Let me look here. Oh, yeah. That's fun. I'm going to go down just a little more with it. Right there. How about that? Okay. Back to the learning. Alright, I copied that. It looks good. I just need to adjust the text. What? Alright, submit and go. The image is not centered horizontally like the copy. It's just hanging out on the side. Image elements are like inline elements. To make the image behave like heading elements, which are block level, create an image. Alright, we need a refresher on... Oh, there is... a text thread. Okay. I have a friend who's encouraging me to do the bootcamp stuff. All right. What was I doing? I'm totally lost in my brain. Do something else. The image. Oh, yeah. Inline and block level. That part. I wish I knew a little more in HTML. Compare and contrast and tell a metaphor for inline and block level. Let's see what it comes up with. See if it's helpful. Certainly. Inline elements. They display behavior. The display behavior of inline elements do not create line breaks before or after themselves. They flow with the content, and they only take up as much width as necessary for their content. Examples are a span, an anchor, a strong, emphasize, often used with larger elements. This is how they're used to style specific portions of text to create links or emphasis. Think of inline elements like sprinkles on a cupcake. Just as sprinkles don't change the overall shape of the cupcake, but add visual enhancements. I'm not a fan of that metaphor. Alright. Block level elements. Block level elements create a new block or box on the web page, and they typically start on a new line, pushing elements above and below them. They take up the full available width by default. The full available width. So, what does this say? To make the image behave like heading elements, which are block level, which take up the full available width, no matter what, and they push things above and below if they're inserted in the middle, we have to create an IMG type selector to use the value of block. Oh, that's interesting. So this is inline, which means, is this block level? I don't know why we couldn't just center this. Does it have to be block leveled to be centered? I feel like there's going to be a couple of things coming up soon in the CSS, like the flex box stuff. I don't know anything about them, but they seem like they're going to make all of this make a lot more sense. Okay. So I think we're learning the foundations here to build up to the flex stuff that will really make things come alive and pretty. All right, so to create it, we need to, I guess, we're just going to type the selector image, give it some curlies, and say the display for it will be a block display. Right? And then we're going to say, for images, we're going to margin left. Use the applicable margin left and margin right values to center it horizontally. Earlier we did this, didn't we? Oh, there we go. We jumped it over all the way to the right. Because we used the margin left auto. Margin right. Auto. Right in the middle. Okay, I did what it wanted. Is it what I wanted? It is what it wanted. So I made the image display in block form, which then gives us the ability to, I'm assuming, if I delete that, what happens? Yeah, inline doesn't behave the same as block. We have to put things in a box, and then we can use that box to do the stuff. We're on CSS, go to CSS, and I don't know where we are. Oh, wrong one. Okay, that's nice. Image, got it. Oh, they made the image color be the color of the background on purpose. Great. Submit and go next challenge. Oh wait, we're at the end of this. We're gonna do this. 91. We're gonna finish it today. Add one last image under the desserts. Okay, let's do it. Boom. 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 And since it's already an image, this is now already in line, or in block. We did break something just then, though. Not good. Oh, because we haven't closed it yet. Alt text equals pie icon end, and then we're gonna close it up, fix the donut, got it, fix the pie, cool. All right. Sorry, your code does not pass. You shall not pass. What did I do wrong here? Is pie icon alt addle. It's always a spelling error. Got it. What's happening on my... I'm getting buzzed. Somebody was watching on the internets and they texted me. You're typing below the invisible screen level. Can't see what you typed in. You misspelled alt. I did. You're correct. All right. That is my... I don't know if she wants to tell you who she is in the world. She wants to keep a secret. It's a person who's dear to me. All right. This is in the HTML part. So we're going to go back to the HTML. We're going to go back to, where are we? H2 desserts. Desserts. Let's see if it works for our side. It does. Those colors, no good. No good at all. All right. We're at the last step. It'd be nice if the vertical space. This is funny. I feel like the last step should be something like fun or exciting, but it's just one more thing. And I think it will say something afterwards, like, you did it, great job. But anyway, step 91. It would be nice if the vertical space between the H2 element and the associated icons was smaller. The H2, that space right there between the bottom of the F and these little steam things. And that. So we can adjust the space of the bottom of the H2s or the tops of the images. What shall we do? That's what I'm guessing. I am observing And I'm making a guess, and we're going to go look at what the instructions say. The H2 elements have a default top and bottom margin space, so you could change the bottom margin of the H2 elements to say 0 or another number. There's an easier way. Simply add a negative top margin. What? To the image elements to pull them up into another element's space. Oh dear. We have gone beyond the pale. We are now entering into the Twilight Zone. Elements to pull them up from their current positions. Negative values are created using a dash. Yes, a negative sign. Very good. I'm actually, it is nice and refreshing. These are very obvious. The CSS was written by English speakers to be written in English to be obvious. So this is very nice for me because I speak English. It's very obvious to me. To complete this project, go ahead and use the negative top margin of negative 25 pixels on the image. All right. We don't have top margin yet, but we will right now. Margin dash top negative 25 px semicolon. Did it work? I didn't even look at it. Ah, Martin top. Martin top. Oh, you can't see it out there on the world. I typed Martin. There it goes. Oh, I think that's too close, but whatever. If that's your design choice to make me pass the code, submit. Congratulations, I did it. Good day, sir. All right, style CSS. We're in the image one. Kablamo. Let's check ours. Did it work? It worked. It worked indeed. Submit and go to next challenge. That's it? Nothing exciting? I did it! The first CSS thing is done. I've done 2 of them now. Oh, I only have 2 more, and then the certification. Huh? Let's look at this one. How much is this one? 94. Cool. This one? 63. HTML forms. Learn HTML forms by building a registration form. This is extremely useful. Everybody wants web registration forms on the website so they can get people's emails. They love gathering the emails up. They gobble them up and put them into big groups, and they send out messages to the email chain, email lists. What else is here? A survey. This is one of the required projects to earn. Oh, this is a project. Nice. Your certification. For this project, you will build a survey form to collect data from your users. Then we learn the CSS box model by building a Rothko painting. And then we learn CSS flexbox by building a photo gallery. Ooh, we're gonna get into this. This is great. Pseudo selectors by building a balance sheet. Oh man, I'm excited. This is gonna be great. I love it. Okay, so I want to kind of look at this. Let's go. I want to see our code that we've written here. This is the CSS, and this is the. I don't want to preview anymore. This is the HTML, and I have it over here too. Actually, this would be easier. Do that, do that. Here they are. And we're gonna zoom in a little bit on them. All right. Doc type. I'm gonna just kind of run through this so I can refresh my brain at the end of. I know that teachers and people in the world out there will kind of like the end of a lesson, kind of wrap it all up and summarize. That's what I kind of want to do here, and then I'm gonna go edit, do some photo things for our other job stuff. Doc type. Yeah, this is a telling anything that's reading this, what type of a document this is, HTML. And then we're saying the language is going to be in English. Here's the heading, sorry, the head, which has several bits of information that will never be shown on the page itself, but make the page show up correctly. The browser reads this and says it's going to use these characters. This is a standard. Meta name. This is saying we're creating a viewport for devices, so all devices, and they will have the width. The content will fit to the width of the device, and the initial scale will be 1. So we're saying we're going to reset to 1. This is the title. It's going to be in the tab at the top. And then we link to the style sheet, which is the CSS style sheet. It's called styles, not CSS. That's the end of the head. We don't need that. All right. And then we have the body, which is basically all the rest of it. This division should be tabbed over. And, okay, going too far. This division is the class menu. I kind of want to see this again. So this is the whole class menu. And on mine, it says H1, your website. This is a little extra header thing I was working on just for fun. Your website. And then we have main. This is the main section. We have camper heading. This is the actual heading. Here's the little established. Here's the horizontal rule break. Then we have the section for, which is just called it's just a section, which is all of, after that line, the coffee all the way to the mocha. So we have the heading 2. We have the image source, which we put into a block level shape in the CSS with this class, right? Where to go? We called up, not the class, but the selector for the image and said, do these things, display block level, margin left and right, and then scooch on up into that text margin. And then we have articles, which I still don't know why we used articles. They never explain it either. I'm going to put that on a list of things I need to remember and learn. Although I'm not sure it'll ever be that important. We're going to do it. I'm going to write some notes here. End of 009 CSS in things to explain. Nope, learn. There we go. Whatever. In HTML element article. Okay, that's one thing. So then we use the class, the CSS class item. Let's go find the item. Item right here. Nope. We had 2 items, didn't we? Oh, we just used the 1. Is that right? Thought we had 2 items. Footer, image, H's, body, H's. Yep. Just use the 1. And then inside the item, we selected the P, the paragraph, with, oh, where'd it go? Just had it a second ago. Right here. We went to the item class. Anything in here that is going to have a P, then it will be displayed as an inline block. And we'll make the margin a certain thing. And then we give it the font size. And then we also said that the flavor needed its own special stuff. It's going to be text align left to 75 width. And then the price, text align right at 25 width. And we did that twice. And then at the very bottom, so we did those sections, all the desserts and all the flavors are all the same. Go down to the end of the main. Then we have a horizontal rule. Again, down here, which is the bottom line class. We gave it the bottom line class. And that's not formatted very well. There we go. Much prettier. All right, before the footer. And in the footer, I believe we told the footer to do its own things. Right? Yeah, in the footer, we said the font size will be 14. And we can do whatever we want to the footer. But we didn't. So those are all 14. Oh, but then that was a specific thing we did. For the address, nope. For the any link on this page, where is it? Where's the A's? Give a bunch of information. All right. Links will be colored black, which is the same color as the text. I wish we could make this not be itself, but be linked to the main text color somewhere else, the default. That's what we should have done, default. So then if we change default somewhere else, which I think you can do, I'm not quite sure. All right, where'd it go? Oh, too far. So then we said a pseudo selector after the link. If we visit it, it's black again. If we hover over it, it turns brown. If we click it, it turns brown. And then we adjusted the address margin so it'll have a little less at the bottom of it, which made it scoot a little closer to the bottom of this shape, which gave this a good, nice shape. And that's it. Anything else we did in this? Oh yeah, we did some stuff separately that we didn't use for groups. I was doing other things, testing stuff out, making my own menu system, messing around. That's it. Okay, cool. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for watching. And that has been Learning with Nada.